Hello, everyone. This is Mark Anthony, the RodeoRoundup.com podcast with our host. Mr. Man over there would be...
Hey, I'm Jason Hetland. Nice to meet you.
All right.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. It's been a while. Let's start with the PBR.
Man, there's some exciting things happening and some things that are really getting some mixed reviews in 2015. But
Such as?
You know, this whole deal with the May 30th pay-per-view that they announced about a week ago or so.
Yeah.
Man, it's something. It's called Unfinished Business, and it's a pay-per-view in Decatur, Texas, on May 30th that is going to bring back some of the legendary icons from the sport of professional bull riding. I mean, you're going to have Justin McBride. You're going to have a ton of other guys, J.W., Ross Coleman, just anybody and everybody, Michael Gaffney. They're all gonna ride, and they're going for a best score wins the entire pot pay-per-view in Decatur, Texas, which is going to be very, very entertaining. It's a $160,000 winner-take-all pay-per-view,
Okay.
and it's part of a three-point deal. It's going to be part of the blue blue velocity stop in Decatur, Texas, and the third part is going to be a really cool $20,000 winner-take-all type deal, and that's only between the past world champions that are currently competing in the Built Ford Tough Series. So far, J.B. Mooney, Renato Nunez, Guillermo Marchi, and Mike Lee have all signed up to compete for the $20,000. So it's a huge three-part type deal. It's $29.95 on PBRnow.com. But there are a lot of people that are really getting some bad vibes about this just because they think that the PBR has gone way too on the commercial end of things and not in it for the fans.
Right. Right.
So.
Which has been a growing complaint over the last couple of years, basically since they bought out the original owners.
Absolutely, you know, and I can't say anything bad about it. I mean, whether you can pay $45 for a ticket to go to a PBR, or you can pay nothing to watch it on TV, but just as they always say at a live event, you're not going to get the full experience and what everything has to offer if you don't go to a live event or pay for a pay-per-view. So I understand why Jim Hayworth and the whole PBR cast is doing what they're doing. It's to draw more attention to special events like this. You know, special events, whether it be boxing, whether it be UFC, whether it be anything, are all going to be pay-per-view. So I don't know, honestly, what the huge uproar is about it.
I think it's just, well, you know, I mean, because we're both businessmen, you know, we see both sides of it, but as a 20-year fan of the sport, you know, you watched it grow up, you know, okay, you can deal with the commercials on TV, but, you know, now they want you to pay, you know, $20, $30 to see one event, and yeah, you know, I mean, I can see why they're getting ruffled. It's just like with NFR. They went to CBS Sports, which is not carried on all of the networks.
Absolutely. Yep.
You know, and then like now the PBR just signed on with Harlequin Books. You know, what are we going to have? 50 Shades of Bull Riders?
You know, who knows? But they saw, you know, the longest ride and the Jory Marcus Walmart exclusive go just through the roof and skyrocketed. And then obviously, what was it, 2 days ago, they made this announcement about more books to come, and they're going to be available starting August in Walmarts exclusively. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes.
Okay, for those of you that are watching this on either the RodeoRoundup.com or on our YouTube channel, we turned on the Q&A, so if you have any questions you want to ask either myself or Jason, I think he's more of the expert at it. I know what side of the bull goes up, but
right.
You know, but again, we come back to the fact that it's changing and people don't like that change. So
absolutely, but you know, just like everything evolves and everything changes. People
But
are gonna not like it. People are gonna like it. Sooner or later, everything will kind of go by the wayside and be okay
okay,
again. You know.
okay, but isn't this event getting a little like an American Junior? You know, it's coming after the American, but it's got the same vibe to it. You know, rider take all.
Um, yeah, I mean it's kind of the same vibe. American really isn't right or take all. It's you know, everybody in each event will win something, and whether you're an exemption or an invitee or somebody that is qualified to go in depends on how much you make. So the American really revolutionized the sport of professional rodeo. This, in my feeling, the PBR is doing a special episode, I guess you can call it, of something where they're bringing back the past champions and some of the historic figures of the PBR, and it's something special. You know, would I like to see it televised, or would I like to see it as part of the World Finals? Absolutely. You know, but everybody's got to make
It's
decisions.
right, you know, and it is a special event, and it's, you know, I mean, these guys are not coming out of retirement just, you know, just to have fun. You know, they've got to be outcompensated some way. So yeah, okay. You know, what is it? $30, $39?
$29.95 on PBRnow.com. Yep. And
PBR.com.
from what I understand, and I don't think it's actually been um, put out on media yet, but I got a little birdie that has told me that Mike White was actually seen on top of a bull getting his feet wet again to be part of this. So, but it hasn't been
Ooh.
said yet. But PBR built for a tough safety man. You always see him, Mike White, out there. From the sounds of it, he's going to be getting back on top of one again.
Yeah, and you usually have some good birdies.
Yeah, you know,
Right.
it happens.
Talk to me about the point system.
This is a very interesting change of events for the PBR bull riders on the Built Ford Tough series. Uh, it's a complete 180 from what the other years have been. It's really interesting because now with each day and each event, only the top 5 placers in each day and each event earn points. And what goes to the World Finals are the top 35 point getters throughout the season. And the only way to earn those points is to be placing in the top 5 of each event. So you could ride 80% of your bulls, but like Silvano Alves, if you ride him for 47 points and decline a re-ride, you're not going to be in the top 5. So you could ride all your bulls all season long and end up with 0 points.
Okay. Is there a particular reason that they went to this format?
You know, not that I really have heard, but a lot of it, I believe, is to make it more fair to the guys. There's guys that can consistently ride bulls, and regardless of whether they're in 40th place in the event or 5th place in the event, if you ride a bull, you got points. Every point that you had, so if Silvano rode it for 47 points, he would get 47 points. They're trying to
Okay.
make it more fair to the guys that consistently will come to the game and put their A game in and win the events or start placing in the events. And I think it's going to make the Brazilians, and especially Silvano Alves, step up to the plate a little bit more and rethink his mentality about declining re-rides.
So it'll make some of the events a little bit more fun to watch, a little bit more challenging then.
Absolutely. And, you know, and we talk about Silvano Alves and rethinking it, and he has in 2015. As of right now, after Oklahoma City, that young man is currently in the #1 position in the world still. But if you watched on CBS Sports Network, he has been more apt to take the re-rides than decline them so far this year. and you would have never saw that in the past years.
No. We've seen that in the last two world finals where he declined it because he was doing the math in his head and everything. But so now it's going to be more. He has to take that rewrite.
He has to take it if he wants to get points because you have to place in the top 5 of each event.
All right. What about the current standings? Are kind of a mixed bag, aren't they?
They sure are. You know, like I said, Silvano Alves is number 1, but you're looking at 25 points behind Silvano is a guy last year that came on really after the Iron Cowboy in Arlington and took the world by storm. And I think if he can stay healthy, this kid has got a chance to win a world championship, and that's Matt Triplett. He's only 25 points behind Silvano Alves, and J.B. Mooney, 315 points behind number 1 spot. It goes Chase Outlaw and Guilherme Marchi are the top 5. So you can see really what this new point system has already done to kind of mix up the world standings already.
It's not all Brazilians and maybe an American. We finally got, it sounds like it's about 50-50 finally.
Absolutely, and something that I still think that they need to do, and there's people for it, against it, and it's completely off the point subject, but just from watching this year and talking to some of the guys, there's got to be something else other than being put on the clock to make some of these guys get out of the chute faster. They are milking these bulls like no tomorrow, and they're known for it. Last week, I felt sorry for Guilherme Marchi because he was having a hard time with the bull in the chute. He was laying on his back in. And the same time that judge put Guilherme on the clock, his hand was pulled out of the rope to rewrap. And when that clock starts at 30 seconds, you cannot stop it. So he was automatically disqualified from his ride in round 2 of Oklahoma City for being put on the clock and not being able to go out. That's something that's got to be looked at. There's got to be some way of making a decision, because it was very well publicized on CBS Sports Network that Guilherme came back out and tried to plead to the judge, and the judge wanted absolutely nothing to do with
it. Didn't win, did he?
No, he didn't, and I honestly think he should have, because there was a lot of misinterpretation that went on in having him disqualified from that ride.
You're going to an event soon, aren't you?
I am. I'm going to be making my way down for the 2nd year in a row, for the 2nd annual RFD TV's The American, and held in conjunction with the PBR's Iron Cowboy in Arlington, Texas at AT&T Stadium. So we'll be heading down at the end of February to hang out there for a few days and enjoy some warm weather away from this Minnesota crap.
Not like last year?
No, man. Last year, it was crazy. We were there Saturday for the PBR Iron Cowboy. It was 78 degrees. And on Sunday, they were going to fly in and bus in a bunch of military folks and their families and do catered lunch for them. And Texas had a huge ice storm, and it was like 18 degrees, and everything was shut down. So it was nuts last year. Yeah.
So are you going to give us the daily update when you're down there?
I sure am. I'm going to do daily interviews with some of the top athletes and some of the top rodeo personalities down there. We're going to be doing daily updates and everything, bringing you up to the date, and even after hours exclusive footage from some of the happenings around town.
Can I advise against that?
Why's that?
I've hung with you.
Hey, you know what? How do you think I get my little birdies?
Yes, but there are certain things that should not be shown on social media with you and your birdies, okay?
Hey,
that's all I'm saying.
Me and Jory Marcus last year had quite the good time at Cowboys in Oklahoma City. Yes.
No comment to that one. Hey, is there what is it? The world's toughest rodeo coming your way?
Yeah, the world's toughest rodeo is actually this Friday and Saturday, and I've got the credentials and got the exclusive access down there. So once again, I'm going to be bringing you interviews and nightly updates from there. And it's a great deal that Tommy Joe Lucia puts on. Last year they had Whiplash, the Cowboy Monkey there. I got to talk with Andy Pettit, his handler, and do some photo ops with Whiplash. And what's really cool about the stop in St. Paul is they have last year's Wrangler National Finals rodeo barrelman Justin Rumford, and America's Got Talent finalist, Rodeo Girls reality TV star and PRCA trick roper and announcer Anthony Lucia behind the microphone. And this year they're going to have the one-armed bandit putting up the big buffaloes on top of the stock trailer. It's a great event, and Saturday night after the rodeo is headlined by country music artist Gloriana. So we're going to try to get some interviews with the bands as well as some of the specialty acts and some of your favorite cowboys. So make sure you hang out on the RodeoRoundup.com for exclusive behind-the-scenes deals from none other than the world's toughest rodeo.
How are you going to handle this with your back surgery?
Well, you know, I had back surgery 3 weeks ago yesterday, and I've got one of those 80-year-old man walkers with a horn toodle that I can toot on there, and a cane.
So we're going to see the video of you out on the dance floor in your walker, right?
Absolutely not. Remember, some things are just better left off the camera. Remember what you just said? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
All right, so are you going to line up some interviews for us there?
I sure am, and I would love people to call into the phone number that we have posted to tell me who you would like, you know, to be interviewed and who you would like to have questions answered. And if you have, you know, certain questions for Justin Rumford or Anthony Lucia or Tommy Joe or, I mean, anybody, this is your show, and this is what I love to do. Otherwise, I'll just get some great footage and some great interviews, and we'll do a daily update from each day of the world's toughest.
All right. Anything else from the world of PBR you want to talk about?
You know, the cool thing is the new thing that was announced just a couple weeks ago, the Jared Allen Pro Bull Team. Everybody known that he was in the bull business, but he's actually this year started a bull rider team. So he's got a lot of young up-and-comer bull riders as well as some great veterans that are still riding that he has handpicked for his pro bull riding team. And I'm not quite sure what everything is, but one thing that's really cool is every rider on his team gets personal texts and tweets from Jared Allen with inspiration words every performance. And it was just announced that PBR legend Michael Gaffney was handpicked to be the personal coach to each one of his bull riders. So all season long, if any of his bull riders getting into a slump or they need any help, they can handpick Michael Gaffney at any time for being chosen for Jared Allen's pro bull team.
All right.
So it's a pretty cool deal.
Like the up and comers, especially if it's the Americans, you know, we kind of go after those. Anyway.
Yeah, you know, and some of the up and comers that were here last year are having a really hard time this year, and I hope that they can turn it around. But you know, we'll have to see. The season's still early, so.
Yeah, it's only January.
Absolutely.
Kind of feel like me being in Vegas is so funny because, like right after the Super Bowl, people are starting to talk about next year's Super Bowl, and and here we are again, January, and we're already going. The season's okay.
Exactly.
Got a lot of rides yet to go. A lot can happen.
Oh yeah.
So, all right, on to the PRCA.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
But are we sure we want to open up that can of beans right now?
Oh, you know how much I love the PRCA.
Oh man.
Especially their board of directors. I am, those are my favorite characters. So let's start with the board of directors.
Oh boy, they had a meeting on Tuesday, and if you look back at last year's NFR, one of the hottest races was the tie down roping race for the world championship. And
Right.
there's a lot. There was two things that were supposedly discussed in that meeting. Once again, I don't know anything for sure. Um, but one was the 5 event rule, to where no matter what rodeo you were at, that committee or that rodeo could choose to take out team roping and tie down roping and make it a 5 event rodeo.
Why?
Suppose
Why? Why?
due to money, I guess. I'm not sure, but I think a lot of it is the second thing that came into it was a new tie down roping rule that was discussed. It was the jerk down rule. A lot of times where the jerk down rule is now, where you might get $150 up to $300 fine for a jerk down of a calf, but now if it is adapted, it would mean an automatic no time. They say it's for the health of the animal athletes. If you look at it, 99.9% of the time, the animal athletes are just fine. They're cared for better than your ordinary house dog. And it's been a huge uproar on social media through the tie-down roping contestants, all the way from Tough Cooper to Tyson Durfee. I mean, everybody is talking about it. Nobody in the contestant area is happy. Everybody's making it sound like the rule has already been passed. Okay? But the PRCA came out today on ProRodeo.com, and it says, and I'm going to look over here so I don't misinterpret it, the Professional Rodeo Cowboy Association Board of Directors met in Colorado Springs on January 26th and 27th. The business of the association was conducted and has included a discussion of the tie-down roping rules. There was no vote to change the current PRCA rules for the tie-down roping event at PRCA rodeos. Now, actions were taken to move forward with formal discussions of the event and its rules. All facets of the industry, including the contestants, will be involved in further discussions and will present suggested rule amendments to the PRCA Board of Directors. That is the official PRCA statement. I think there's a lot more that PRCA is not saying. From what I have seen from the tweets, texts, Facebook posts of the tie-down roping contestants involved in the PRCA already. So I think that there's a line that still has to kind of figure out what's going on, but it's going to be an issue that is going to get ugly. I will guarantee you that.
Ugly as we go further into the season here, further into the year?
You know, it all depends on when they implement it. There are rodeos now that already implement it, you know, so, but like I said, it goes from a fine to being a no time, and everybody sees a jerk down happen many times at the NFR, so what is that going to do to the average if this rule is implemented to a no time instead of a fine at the NFR? Nobody is happy about it, and I can't blame the guys, but we'll have to see if it is actually implemented or if the PRCA is just covering their tracks. I don't know.
Okay, time will tell.
You know, everybody's kind of just gotta wait. I guess it's not good, but you know, just like last year when they were talking about moving the NFR, all the contestants were in an uproar, and you know, everybody says, "Oh, I'm leaving. I'm forming my own association." Guess what? That never happened. The NFR is in Vegas for 10 more years. It's just something to get the social media blazing, is how I have a feeling what it is. So.
Are you saying they're manipulating the marketing?
Not at all. I would never say that. Yeah.
Hey, let's talk about Fort Worth, shall we?
Oh, yeah. Boy, everything was going just fine. It was a great event, and last night that all changed. They something happened, and I'm still trying to get down to the end of it, but there is a Muslim cleric that led a Muslim prayer to open up the performance last night.
Oh, now come on. The Fort Worth Stock posted out on their Facebook there was no prayer. He just said some words during the prayer, what would normally be a prayer session.
Absolutely, and I'm
But
looking at the post right now, but they're saying, you know, we established a faith-based committee consisting of a wide range of local clergy. And these things, you know, include blessings on the contestants, the blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, how can you not call that a prayer? And, you know, I'm not racist, or I understand the freedom of religion. I understand all that. But who in their right mind in our industry would open up a legendary rodeo event like that with a Muslim prayer with nothing said after that? That is just asinine to me.
yes. Well, what got me was the fact that, okay, yes, you need to be, you know, open to different religions, but when you're at an American event that's American history event, historical, legendary, and somebody who wants you dead is opening the event, you know, and blessing everyone. It's like, this guy wants you dead. That's not religion.
You know, and there's not all of them do, but a good majority of them do. And with everything that's happened over the past years, and everybody knows the views of the American rodeo cowboy and cowgirls, probably not the smartest thing to do. And you can bet your bottom dollar that Facebook, social media, and Fort Worth Stock Show's Facebook page and their telephone lines have been lit up all day.
Well, I know on their Facebook page they are having a hard time keeping up, deleting all of the comments that are going on it. What has me kind of concerned or curious is why the PRCA, which sanctioned this event, has been really silent on the whole topic.
You know, that's interesting, but I think it's even more interesting that it's a freedom of speech in the United States of America. Look, this guy got his freedom of speech to start the rodeo, but we're not able to have our freedom of speech leaving comments on their Facebook page. So it's kind of an oxymoron.
Well, yeah, you know, but you know, it's just that's not what you would expect at this event. You know, this is not the event for something like that.
No,
Okay?
it's not.
It's, you know, I mean, I go back to the fact that 99% of the participants are Catholic-based, Catholic-leaning. You know, the one God saved my soul and all that. And here you've got the guy leading the prayer, who, you know, like I said, wants, you know, his religion says that the women should be, you know, beheaded and all that crap. And it's just like, really, this is what you want at this event?
Mm-hmm.
You know? Okay, you know, the whole freedom of speech also means that you need to know when to shut up.
Absolutely. Yep. And it'll be interesting to see how this plays out and to see what else Fort Worth Stock Show has to say about it, as well as the PRCA. Like you said, the PRCA hasn't said anything, but they've got their hands full on other aspects from the board of directors meeting. So.
Yeah. Remember yeah, okay, well, anyway. What else have we got going here?
You know, pretty much there's Bobby Moat ended his 12-year drought and won the prestigious stock show, so that's a great thing. But one of the bad things that has really come out earlier in the season is fan favorite bareback rider Casey Coletti. Everybody remembers last year, right around Cowboy Christmas time, he was bucked off his horse and had a spinal injury. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but he thought that by rehabbing it and getting an MRI and going to see the doctor, he'd be able to get back for this season. He just put out some information that he went back to the doctor and he has not been cleared for the 2015 season at all. He's going back once again to the surgeon in April, and tentatively he's looking to get a start back inside the arena January or February of 2016. So we do nothing but wish him the best of luck in his recovery, and we hope to see him in that rodeo arena once again, because he's a favorite of ours, and he's obviously a huge fan favorite for everybody that follows the sport of professional rodeo.
Okay, time to put you on the spot. Are you going to do another Shriners event?
I am. They've actually already contacted me. They want me to do one again this summer. So looking at my rodeo schedule and everything else, I have a couple dates that I have given to them. I'm just waiting to hear back. But that will be an annual event at the Shriners Children's Hospital of the Twin Cities in Minneapolis. They loved it. I loved it. The kids loved it. And I'm more than honored to do it each and every year.
When is your first rodeo event?
My first event that I'm announcing actually is, as of right now, it's still early. The fair conventions are still going on, but I'm at the third weekend in April in Mason City, Iowa. I've got a 2-day event inside the ice hockey arena right there on the North Iowa Events Center Fairgrounds.
All right.
So
let's wrap this up. Let everyone know that if they have any comments, questions, or concerns, they can catch you at therodeoroundup.com, catch you on Twitter and Facebook and all that, and check the website for your updates, correct?
Absolutely. Anytime. I love to hear from you, whether it be good, bad, or impartial, or if you have a question, feel free.
All right. Until next time, this is Mark Anthony, and that is Jason Hetland, the Rodeo Roundup podcast head man, head honcho, and head cowboy.
All right. Have a good night. Thank you, guys.
See you next time.